Hello everyone, welcome back to a new video. My name's Harmon. Today's video is about a double murder that happened on January 31st, 2000. Two young girls or teenagers were murdered, although one of them was the intended target. So the two teenagers or girls who were killed were 17-year-old Melody Brewer and 22-year-old Cher Mitchell. Now, from what I've been reading, Cher Mitchell had been dating Melody's brother named Michael, and I guess Cher had some gang ties. And so, unfortunately, Melody kind of got caught up or mixed in with the unfortunate gang stuff. So on the evening of January 31st, 2000, the day of the murders, Melody, again 17 years old, she was at home, her mother was home, and her brother Michael was home. And she was baking cookies kind of in the kitchen area, again late at night. The phone rang, and the person on the other end asked to talk to Cher Mitchell. So apparently Cher Mitchell pulled up to the house, presumably to talk to her boyfriend or ex-boyfriend, it doesn't really say, Michael, who again was Melody's brother. So Cher Mitchell was outside kind of waiting, and so Melody ended up taking the phone outside to Cher Mitchell. And unfortunately, that is when a random car pulled up and a person got out and opened fire and ended up hitting both Cher Mitchell and Melody Brewer. It says that Melody was in the passenger seat of a Camaro, so it sounds like she handed Cher Mitchell the phone, and then whoever was there, maybe one of her other friends, she got into the passenger seat of the car, maybe just to hang out and talk for a little bit. But both Melody and Cher were both literally murdered in front of Melody's house. Of course, Michael Brewer, he heard the gunshots, so he obviously called 911 and he raced outside to find his sister Melody riddled with bullet holes in the passenger seat of the car. And again, his either girlfriend or ex-girlfriend, Cher Mitchell, laying next to the car dead. And he obviously was in distress, as you can imagine. His sister and, girlfriend or ex-girlfriend were both literally murdered right in front of the house. And so obviously police showed up. However, the driver of the Camaro, that was the car that Melody got in the passenger seat of, the driver was uncooperative, which leads me to believe that they were a part of whatever gang that was, and were probably there to kind of lure Cher Mitchell and of course Melody. Alright guys, coming up onto 15th Street, and this is the street where Melody's house was. The house number is 747 15th Street. Alright guys, so 747 15th Street is coming up here on our left. It's this blue and white house. So theoretically, both Cher and Melody were both killed basically where this white truck is parked. They were both murdered right about here. But the house, Melody's house, is right here. Anyway guys, so a sad ending for two pretty young teenagers slash young adults. I feel like if Cher, if she wasn't involved with all the different different gang activity and all that, I feel like all this would have been avoided. So I put partial blame on Cher, but of course I put, most of the blame on, whoever decided just to murder both Cher and Melody. But again, Melody was not the intended target, so she kind of just, again, happened to be outside. One article states that she was in the passenger seat of the Camaro. Another one says that she was just like outside next to the car. So regardless, both Cher and Melody were both killed right outside the house, either way. Anyway, so from here I'm going to show you Melody's grave. It's in a cemetery called Green Hills Cemetery. I believe the town is called Rancho Palo Verdes, I think. Part of me was kind of torn though on showing you Cher's grave, just because she was the one that ended up getting Melody killed. So I don't know, I was kind of torn on if I should show Cher's grave or not. So I don't know, I'm not going to show it in the video, but hopefully you guys understand why. Now what's crazy is, unless another article mentions it, at this point it looks like the case is still unsolved after 20 years, or 21 years I guess. There might be some updated articles, I'll see if I can find any, but the only ones I saw stated that it was still unsolved. And you can bet your bottom dollar that it was 100% related to the gang activity that Cher was involved in. I don't know if Melody's brother Michael knew that about Cher. Maybe that's why they broke off their their relationship. It just says that they had a relationship, but it doesn't say if they were still together or not. Melody actually had a 1-year-old daughter named Alyssa, and from what I read, it sounds like after Melody was killed, Melody's mom ended up being the one who kind of took Melody's young child as like the main, caregiver. And she also, I guess, was almost due to graduate high school the year that she was murdered. It says that she was wanting to become a licensed massage therapist. That's kind of what her goal was. I'm at the Green Hills Cemetery, I believe in a town called Rancho Palos Verde. I believe that's the town name. But this is where 17-year-old Melody Brewer is laid to rest.